Alright, family. It's Lee. It's Wee Lee. But I had to get this one off my chest because if you know me and you've been watching, or you know me and you know anything about me, you know right now I'm trying to fucking heal. And so I've been trying to be open and like very vulnerable about what I share with you guys, because I feel like that's the only real. So tonight I come to you to talk about my ex, because this like has been a thing for a decade, maybe a little over a decade. Yeah. And as I go through this current healing process where like shit from my childhood is coming up, like even shit that I don't get to share with you guys, shit that is just like a lot has been coming up. I'm just sitting here like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta share. So tonight, let's talk about, because today's video is going to be what I finally like have learned about myself from finally moving on from this nigga. So, and I can hear somebody in the background, well, if you moved on, why were you even talking about him? Listen, so we're still friends, because I wholeheartedly believe if you've loved something, then that something touches a part of you. And if it was real love, you're always going to hold on to a part of it. Like, it may not be in the box that you thought that love belonged in, but it's love. And so you gotta, if it's real love, you gotta own it. You gotta respect it, because that's respecting parts of you. So again, like, we cool, we friends. Shit, I'm still very cordial and cool with all of my exes, actually. Like, all of them. But this one in particular, and everybody has that one, man, woman, child, it don't matter. If you've dated people, you've been involved with somebody, you got that one. He's my one. Who vexes me. Vexes me. For a multitude of reasons, but he definitely vexes me. And I think he primarily vexes me just because of what I put into the relationship. Like, this is the first man I've never cheated on. This is the first man I, like, really proved to myself that I could be that woman that I keep claiming exists. Like, I showed myself glimpses of her. Like, I came home after working all day, still cooked. I wasn't the best at cleaning, but I tried my best. I had my good days and my bad ones. Didn't know I was dealing with depression at the time, but I tried. Made sure I tried to give him what I thought at the time he needed, and it just didn't work. So now, years removed from it, it's like, you know what? I realized that shit fails for a reason. Relationships don't work because they just don't work. And they're not supposed to work. And you're supposed to take that time to sit and figure out what it is about you that didn't sustain that relationship, and not in a demonstrative way or a demonizing way or in a nasty way. It's just literally, like, I literally talked to my dad 2 days after we broke up, because he found out we broke up somehow, because he's my dad. So he found out we broke up, and so we talked, and I said to him, Daddy, I'm just trying to figure out as quick as humanly possible the lesson that I'm to learn from this relationship so I can move on and be done with it. He said, baby, that's very wise. Well, I didn't know it was going to take me forever to learn those lessons, because that was a major relationship. We was together officially for 5 years. We was fucking around with each other for 7. So that's a long time. And shit, as quiet as it's kept, we legitly been fucking around with each other on and off for about a decade. Up to my like 30th birthday. So I don't hate the man. I just hate what we went through. Not necessarily hate what we went through. I just wish it wasn't so painful. But today I come to you to share 10 things that I've learned about myself from this relationship. And it's, I mean, the typical type of shit that you hear, like, women complain about, like the I give him keys to my car, the he living in my house and I'm paying all the bills, the we had a phase where all he wanted to do was play video games. Like, we went through it all. Like, again, we went through it all. So we was together for a very long, pivotal time in our lives, in both of our lives. He just vexes the fuck out of me. I think maybe I'll figure out why, or maybe I already know why, and I just I was about to say what I was about to say, and my brain moving so fast kind of stopped that shit. What I was about to say was maybe I know why, and I just don't want to deal with it. But I don't think it's that, because what I guess I was alluding to was maybe you still have a little for him, and I don't. Like, the thought of coupling with him again kind of repulses me on a very, like, fundamental and spiritual cellular level. So it ain't that at all. He just vexes me. I think it's legitly just the effort that I put into it. So let's just jump into these 10 things so I can get off this fucking video, so I can lay my ass down, cause it's late. So the first thing is that I must have a better relationship with love. Like, if you've watched a few of my videos, I've alluded to or directly spoke to the fact that I've been just like hurt and abused. I've been around a lot of hurt people in my life. So this was the first guy who, like, whose demons danced perfectly with mine. And like I said that to a coworker, a younger coworker of mine today. I was just talking to her and she kept saying, I feel like we were supposed to have this conversation. I was like, baby girl, maybe we was, but like, I ain't gonna be here much longer, so don't get used to it. But like, that's the perfect way of putting it. His demons and my demons perfectly dance together. And the ways where he was deficient, I filled in. And the ways that I was deficient, he filled in. And we never really had to fix certain parts of ourselves to be whole again, until that shit just didn't work anymore. And like, for me, I've always tried to relegate myself in a position in life, in the universe. And I guess, you know, if you're a spirit, if you're a Christian type religious person, God, Allah, Yahweh, whatever you want to say, has always found a way to pull my little ass through. Like, just always have. I've been very fortunate in that way. So, in acknowledging and understanding that, as just time went on, and I'm like, all right, we've been together like 2-3 years. What we doing here? Like, let's make some decisions. Let's move forward. Let's pull through. Let's change. Let's be better as who and what we are as a couple. The shit that I'm saying to him at home, it just wasn't resonating. And so because up to that point, I thought love was the fight. And love has an element of fight in it, but not on that end. Like, you should not be fighting with your significant other to love themselves and thus love you. Like, that should not be the fight. I remember one day, because he used to be a DJ. So, shit, if you know me, you now know exactly who I'm talking about. If you had an inkling, now you know. He used to be a DJ, and so he did this event. It was an event that he did annually that I loved going to with him. So this time, because we was having a little strife, I got gussied up. And I shouldn't have been gussied up, but I was only gussied up for him. Like, he was the only other adult in the room whose attention mattered to me. I got all done up. And this is back when I had a fat ass. So I know I was looking good. I got all done up for him. We go. And like, he barely got any attention for me. Like, this nigga gives no fucks about me. Like, while we at the event, he's barking at me. Like, just, what? I'm just sitting there like holding back tears. Like, nigga, why? We get home that night. And he legitly tells me out his mouth that he's no longer in love with me, but he doesn't want to leave me. And I said to myself in that moment, all right, I'm going to fight because I love him. Bitch, I should have been like, oh, word, cool. You can clean out your closet. You can call your mother, your sister, whoever, gotta come pick you up tonight. Because you gotta go tonight. Let me start this healing process. In the morning, you can go. But because of everything that I've grown up with, everything that I have been told was love, everything that I've seen glorified, it was just like, no, bitch, you sit here and you fight for that man because that's your man. What he mean, he don't love you. I had to change my relationship with love in order to receive the proper love that I deserve. And that's just legit. Like, that's just straight up. Like, I should not be fighting so fucking hard just for somebody to think that I'm dope. Like, that's just not it. And then I had to ask myself, well, bitch, do you think you dope? Because if you don't think you dope, that's why this nigga don't think you dope. Like, that just, one leads to the other. If you walking around moping and doping, like, this nigga gonna treat you like a mopey dopey bitch. I had to change my relationship with love. I had to love myself. That's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother video. But like, yeah, the first thing I walked away with after analyzing that relationship was I had to change my relationship with love. And I'm doing it. The second thing I learned from finally getting over this man is that I can't choose comfort over well-being. And that's a thing. Like, that's a thing that abused, hurt people do, especially if you figured out how to like appear to be normal through the bullshit, right? Like, I remember one time I got beat in the backseat of my mother's car with a club, and I went to school the next day like nothing happened. Only my best friend and her boyfriend knew that my ribs was so bruised I could barely breathe. Like, nigga, if you can exist through the fucking chaos, you are a walking superhuman. Understand that. However, your superpowers are null and void in a healthy world. So you need to get the fuck over it to a degree. Like, I kept choosing him because it was comfortable. I kept choosing him because I knew how to deal with that bullshit. I kept choosing to stay through the cheating, through the lies, through the non-support. And I'm not talking about financially. Like, we were not equally yoked. And I stayed through all that shit because most of the relationships that I was a part of, we weren't equally yoked. So what am I complaining about? This is what love is. I have good times, and I can hang on to those good times through these bad times. Nah, fam. Nah, fam. Nah, fam. I now know that I have to choose what's right, no matter how difficult it is. Ooh, that don't work. Ooh, that ain't what I'm looking for. For an immediate example, since I'm previewing y'all to my life, I am very much interested in this guy who I wasn't interested in when he first fucking got my number, but I gave him my number, so I guess he was cute. But now that I'm knowing things about him and learning him a little bit, I'm interested as fuck. nigga, you don't hit me back. So it's like, I'm sitting here questioning myself before I lose my shit, because I'm about to lose my shit. Before I lose my shit, it's like, can I sustain this? Is this what I want in love? I know this is difficult and uncomfortable now, but like, who is he once we turn over that new person page to people who need one another? Like, do I have the patience to find that out? These are all questions that I now, in a healthy manner, ask myself. Versus back then when I was with him, if a great guy came my way, shit, great guys came my way, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Nah, me and my ex, or me and my boyfriend, we gonna work it out. Nah. You gotta, if you gonna have that fight energy from the first little point, put that energy into fighting with the fuck for what you deserve. Like, fight for that shit. Fight then. Like, fight yourself to be patient and not deal with bullshit that you don't like. Fight yourself to be assertive, to speak up when some shit ain't happening during that dating phase that you want or need. Don't be bitchy about it. Just speak the fuck up. If you got that fight energy, put it where it appropriately is supposed to be. That's what I learned about myself. The third thing I learned, and I think I want to afford this to a lot of people who play the, oh, I keep getting fucked over role or mantra when they talk about relationships, right? The third thing is I learned about myself was I was not and am not at times the best girlfriend in the world. Like, when we first broke up, oh, I would run around and tell the whole world the whole story. Oh no, listen, I took care of him. I made sure he had money in his pocket. I bought this nigga shoes, clothes, jewelry, got his hair cut. Like, I bought this nigga cars. Legit. I paid his insurance, phone bills, and he cheated on me. I was doing all of this shit. The parts that I was leaving out was that when I would get mad, I would emasculate this nigga. When I would get sad, I would alienate this nigga. Shit, going home to me wasn't easy either, right? And nigga, in a night, I could fucking alienate him, pull him close, push him away, and then demand sex all in the same fucking night. I was not the best girlfriend either. I think that's one thing that people want to play the, you know, the tambourine, or, you know, bang their little, or pull their little heartstrings, make you feel something for them. They gotta recognize the role that they played in their bullshit too, right? Like, bullshit don't just happen upon you. Like, this ain't Plymouth Rock, my nigga. Like, it ain't. It just really ain't. This is really like some real life shit, and you was a fucking star or co-star in the motherfucking story. So what role did you play is my question. The minute it hit me that I realized that I was not the best girlfriend to him, I realized that I had to forgive him. Not justify what he did. I just had to forgive them. Lashing out is lashing out. Everybody does it in their different ways. So coupled with the demons that he already had, that I said dance with mine so perfectly, and the hurt that he didn't heal with, he then had to deal with me and my shit. Like, bitch, what the fuck do you expect from that ball of fucking confusion? I had to really sit down and realize these things about myself. So I don't do it to my husband. So I don't do it to my children. Because imagine having a child in a situation where y'all two niggas so broken in y'all individual selves that y'all can't come together enough to make this nigga whole. Like, nah. 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 I've apologized to him since, because we, like I said earlier, we're friends. So I've apologized to him since, but in realizing the role that I played in the demise of that relationship, definitely is going to make the next relationship that I find myself in way better. Because again, he's the last person I've been with too. So I've been super single and super trying to heal, at least for the last 3 years solid, trying to heal and be whole and be full and be 100% for my family that I know is going to come upon me. I know it's coming. I just know it. So this is a perfect segue into the fourth thing. I must heal in order to receive healthy love. Like, so I believe in the laws of attraction to a large degree. So if I'm omitting bullshit, I'm going to bring back bullshit. For example, I used to tell people all the time, oh, I was with a fuck nigga for 5 years. Well, Regina, that's because you've been a fuck girl for 5 years. Like, that's the only way that works. It's logic, right? Right? That makes logical sense, right? So as I move forward, and like I was just saying, as I move forward, if I really want to be a whole wife, a whole mother, I have to be a whole woman going into those things. That's just it, and that's just all. That just makes sense to me. I didn't heal going into that relationship. I jumped shit. I was cheating on a boyfriend before him with him. So I for damn sure ain't not bring no residual bullshit into it. First fucking year of our relationship, I said to him, how do I know you not cheating on me because you cheated with me? I mean, bing, a light bulb, right? But I still didn't leave him. And then even when I found out and had clues that this nigga was cheating on me, I still didn't leave him. Still didn't. Cause legitly, I guess the cheating didn't matter. Cause it didn't. Cause I didn't value myself enough to not share in that way. I didn't value myself enough to go, hey, it makes me feel unvalidated when you're sleeping with other women behind my back. Nigga, if you respected me enough to give me a choice, I probably would have continued to choose you and respect you more because you gave me a choice. But that's me. That's how I tick. But I didn't heal enough between relationships or in general from the bullshit. To be healthy enough to omit the little beacon or signal of healthy love that I needed to receive the healthy love that I needed. I received with the fuck energy I put out. I threw out the bait that I had and I received the bullshit that I got. It is what it is. The fifth thing. In the process of moving on from him, one of the things, like one of the beginning things that I learned was that I had to forgive him and myself for the relationship that we had. Forgive him for the bullshit that he did, of course. Like, I'm not justifying cheating. I don't believe in cheating, like, anymore. Like I said earlier, I cheated. I have experienced these things in my life. It's not like I felt good in doing it. I just did it for some dumb reasons. Like, there's no good reason to cheat. Like, if you want to sleep with multiple people, just be single and let everybody know that you sleep with multiple people. Like, you can live that in that lane. So I have to forgive him for the cheating. I have to forgive him for the lying. Because, I mean, they go hand in hand. Like, where you been? You can't tell me you was out with Tiffany. So, like, oh, I was out with this nigga. Oh, all right. How that nigga doing? Oh, he good. Yo, I was out with you tonight. All right, cool. Like, again, lying and cheating go hand in hand. For me, I always told him, you ain't got to lie to me because I'm your friend first. But therein lies that. We also had the issue of I had to forgive him for, I guess, trust, but not for the lies and cheating. The trust of I guess, trust slash abandonment, because he abandoned me in our friendship. Like, we was homies. We, like, rock hard body. Like, we still do to this day. That's why I'm still, right now, a little off him as a friend, because it's like, nigga, we fucking real good together. Like, we move real good together. Like, nigga, I enjoy hanging with you. You enjoy hanging with me. Why don't you even want to embrace that feel good? Again, he got to heal. I know the answer now, so I don't get mad. I don't fuss. I just, remind him in my ridiculous way, and I keep it moving. But I forgive him for all that shit. All right, so the trust abandonment, the fucking lies, and the cheating. I had to forgive him. But I had to forgive myself, too. Like, I had to forgive myself for not standing up for myself. I had to forgive myself for not throwing in a towel when I shouldn't have been dumped in that relationship. I should have been the dumper. But because I kept giving chances, I need to forgive myself for constantly giving chances. That weighs on you. But in order to move on from some shit that leaves an impact on you, you gotta forgive yourself to a degree. I forgive myself for being stupid or naive or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I legitly forgive myself because I know that I did it in the name of love. Like, I did all of that shit for the right reasons with the wrong person. And that's the thing. I had to, in order to fully, like, start to let go the weight of the hurt that not just his relationship with me, but all of the relationships that I found myself in kind of left me in. I had to forgive myself. And I think that's the part that people don't quite do. Like, if they start going through this healing process and all that other shit, like, they forgive the outside party, but they don't forgive themselves. They, like, in their head beat themselves up. Oh, I should have, and oh, I could have, and oh, I would never again. That shit puts you in a very defensive space. Like, I don't want to be there no more. Like, gee, I'm sorry. You know what? Gee, it's cool. It's alright. You ain't know no better. Like, that's really it. You ain't know no better. Really it. So, number 6. Very, very, very important to number 5. 1 second. Number 6 is, in forgiving both of us, right, and making that feel good, I can't glorify either one of us in this process either. Because that prevents me from falling back into the fuck shit. Because then once you forgive people, right, or at least for me, I can't speak for anybody but for myself. In order to forgive people, I have to remind myself of, like, the alright moments in it, right? Like, oh, that nigga lied to you, but, like, you would fly off the handle if he had told you the truth. Alright. Those moments, right? Like, I remind myself of those moments. And so I give myself so many alrights. It's like I start to feel good about the whole situation and then the whole person. And then I start to glorify shit. Like, I did have fun with that nigga though. He did make me laugh when I ain't want to laugh. He is the only boyfriend who I feel like really, really knew me inside and out. True, true. He's still a nigga who caused all that fucking hurt too. Like, he's both of those things all at the same time. So I need to appropriately box this motherfucker up if they're going to continually be in my life. If not, which is okay too, then don't overly glorify that motherfucker. Like, and don't overly glorify myself either. That goes back to the point of I wasn't the best girlfriend. Bitch, you cooked, but it wasn't the best food in the world. Like, let's keep it. It's not what you do now. It damn sure ain't Kirk. Sidebar. I made the best motherfucking deviled eggs of my life last night. Oh, God. Oh, God. Made them for a party. Everybody at the party was like, yeah, G, these are good. Oof. Oof. I had like 4 of them last night. They put me to sleep. I was like, these good. These good. Fucked up. Fucked up. The thing that over glorification also does is it kind of starts that spiral back into falling back in love with this clown, right? For me, I don't know if it do it for anybody else, but for me, it's like if I start to overly like involve my mental into like what good we had, right, and not balance it all properly, I'd be like, you know what? He gonna wise up at some point. He gonna realize that I'm the one for him. He just gonna get it. It's just gonna make sense. It's just gonna click one night while he sleep. Nah, nigga, it's not. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell y'all how I know it's not. The one night that, like, cause I told y'all it's been a fucking 10-year ordeal. So I'm gonna go in the 10th year. In the 10th year, I'm over this nigga's house. And you know when a nigga love you, cause he rolls over in the middle of his sleep and he puts his arm around you and pulls you closer. And then nuzzle back in to go back to sleep. So he did that in the middle of the night. Then he realized that it was me. And he threw his arm back. One shot to your heart without breaking your skin. Oh. I can't over glorify a person who will never choose me. On both ends, myself and him included. I can't over glorify who I was back then because I didn't choose me. Now, I know that I am the woman that can be that supportive wife, that is going to be that fucking supportive wife, that's going to be that nurturing mother in a very healthy and holistic way. I know that I'm going to be that. So I'm going to be that woman. I wasn't her then. So I'm not going to glorify who I was then. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. Number 7. There was a very positive way, and there is a very positive way in which I love. And I should not let go of that because this relationship failed. That's something one of his homeboys said to me. Like years after we was broken up, I saw his homeboy because most of his friends, not most, a few, a lot of his friends, most. All right, we're going to go back to most. Because let me count. Most of his friends that he introduced me to after me and him was like done and donezo, and niggas was like, oh, they've been broken up for years, cool. They tried to come at me. So one of them who was flirting all the time, trying to be around me, like, nigga, I know what's up. Like, nah, we just chills. And we only chills because I know you, and I just want pieces of him to still be around me, and you're the only way that I can get it back then. So he said to me one day, we was chilling. We was talking. We was just on a corner talking. He says to me one day, "G, the way you loved him made me want to be with a woman." Ouch. What does that mean? I don't understand. He was like, "You loved that man with everything in you." I said, "I did. I really tried. I really, really put forth my effort." He was like, "I could see that." He was like, "Don't stop loving that way. Men need that, especially black men. We need a woman who will love us like that. Don't stop just because he didn't receive it." So, we went on and chilled the rest of the afternoon or whatever. I went on about my day. And I said to myself, ugh, I don't like that he said that. And it bothered me for a while. But now, years removed from it, and I can really understand what he was saying, I need to hold on to that abundant, uninhibited, from the tip of my toes to the last little split end of my lock, love my husband that way. That's good. He didn't recognize it as good, so it wasn't good for him. That's for him. That's why he's not my husband. Aha, that makes sense to me. I think so often women, and I'm not going to make that good girl, bad girl distinction, conversation for another day. I'm not going to make that. But what I will say is that women often have failed love relationships, whether it's with their dad, their mom, their brother, their sister, their boyfriend or girlfriend. They have these failed relationships, and so they get rid of the good. They throw the baby out with the bathwater. They get rid of the good parts of the way that they loved because of that, right? Like, oh, I ain't gonna take care of myself no more because when I was working, when I was in school, this nigga went out and cheated on me. Nigga, I was working and in school, and this nigga had time to go cheat on me. I'm not going to stop working and going to school because my husband will appreciate it and he'll be at home waiting for me because this nigga got some at-home work to do too. This nigga got some shit he's involved in too because we're equally yoked. I refuse to throw out the goodness of my love because he didn't love me in a good way. I refuse to. I refuse to. Number 8. Karma isn't my shit to worry about. Like, what happens to him in the future and who gets back at him, that ain't my shit to worry about. And getting back at him only fucks you in the long run. So don't do that. I'm telling you from experience. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh God, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my God. I did that. It fucked me. It fucked me real good. Oh, don't do that. Don't. And it'll fuck you when you least expect it. Don't get back. Let karma play itself out. Had I let karma play itself out, had I let karma play itself out, I would still be untarnished in his opinion of me. And he'd still be fucked. Like he fucked now. But now it's like, now where we stand, I guess, is he looks at me a little funny. I don't give a fuck. And he fucked. He's still fucked. He is just fucked. So don't worry about the karma. Don't give a fuck about what the next bitch is going to get from him. Even if nothing like horrible or bad ever happens, right? Like if nothing in that other person's life ever pops off in a negative way, that's still not your bag to carry. Like, only carry your luggage, my nigga. Like, listen to what the TSA, I think they went back to work today. Listen to what the TSA bitch be saying over the fucking intercom. Don't pick up nobody else's baggage. Don't, that ain't mine. Put that shit down. Like, no. I don't know who shit that is. And don't carry it. That's, karma is not your, the future is not your motherfucking shit to worry about. And I was always there. No, no, he need to be with me because I put in all that work. Like, what the fuck? No, yo, you played your role in the game and keep it moving. Like, move on. I only was hurting myself as I was walking around beating my drum, my righteous drum of I deserve this fuck nigga when he becomes less of a fuck nigga. Like, no. I don't. He will become less of a fuck nigga because he lost a woman like me who was willing to work with him and grow with him and love him through it all. Everybody needs their lessons. The minute I gave up karma, well, the minute I realized I was over him, the minute I understood that karma portion of it, I guess is how that one went. Because the karma portion of it didn't come until recently, when I was standing at his child's first birthday party, and I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at his baby mother, and I'm kind of like just reading the room, and I'm like, he fucked you when we was together, 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 you just sucked his dick when we was together. I'm fine though, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling, hey girl, hey girl, hey girl, hey, how you doing? Yeah, you down on your knees. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yes, I'm great. Hey, Mom. Miss you too. Mom. Karma ain't my shit. Being a better person than what I was, that's my shit. That's my baggage. And that's what I did. And that's what it was about. How do I love through it, past it? You can't, I can't walk around and say, I want to be the walking manifestation of love and not still bleed love in arenas where shit got murky. Love still exists there. So, karma ain't your bag, baby. Don't worry about it. Stop carrying his luggage if y'all done. Number 9, and I think this is a thing that I want to afford to a lot of people who keep trying to like keep going back to their exes. Our relationship was where it was supposed to be in my life. It lasted for the time that it was supposed to last. It taught me what it was supposed to teach me. Yeah, it taught me what it was supposed to teach me. It's appropriately placed. Like I used to say when I was still holding out hope, man, what would you do if you met the love of your life too young in life? Like, fuck all of that. We was together when we were supposed to be together, and that's it, and that's all. Like, once I got over that hope, that dumbass hope of this nigga will realize what he had and come back to it, once I got over that, and I realized that everything happens when and where it's supposed to, I was fine. I knew that I would be able to openly, properly receive the next thing that appropriately fits in my life. And I'm not one of those women that say, well, my next man gonna be my husband. No, if I'm not ready yet and I get in a relationship, my next man will be the next lesson that I need to know towards my husband. And I won't know until I get there. And that's fine. That's fucking fine. Because see, the beauty of accepting that our relationship is where it was supposed to be is that the beginning of my next forever will fall where it's supposed to fall. If I do the work. If I don't, then like, I won't. I'll keep repeating cycles of bullshit. I'm no longer repeating these cycles of bullshit. I'm not. I'm not. The last thing that I learned from finally like being done 100% with my ex, and the only reason I'm doing this video is just because a text from him made me go, nigga, Lee, what? Ah! Damn. The 10th thing is that one bad experience with love doesn't mean that the love that I want or deserve isn't worth working for. And that's it. Excuse me. When I say I loved this man, with everything in me I did, I loved him in ways and in times and in places that I didn't even think I could up to that point. Now I know better because I did it with him. So now I know. But up to that point I didn't. And I proved it. That was amazing for me to see from me, of me. Beautiful. I didn't know I could feel as intently as I did in dating and being with him. I didn't know. I didn't know I was as strong as I was. I didn't know I could pull shit out of nowhere when necessary. When I felt like my family needed. Because, like, around year 3, everything was about my family. Oh, no, my family got to eat, my family this. It was just me and him, but I was definitely moving like it was a family. Those type of shits. I, up to that point, didn't know that I could do that. Just because that shit went sour does not mean on any level that, like, taking what I learned from it and then realizing what I can do better and thus doing better going forward isn't worth it. I hear so many people get hurt by the relationships that they found themselves in. And instead of sitting down and analyzing what that relationship was, they just like, fuck it all to hell. I don't want to give up on love yet. I don't. I'm still going to keep working towards it. Because I know it exists. Because now that I surround myself with, I think, healthier people, or people who acknowledge what health is holistically, like spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I get to see different aspects of what I was trying to create without any of the seeds or soil or water or sunlight to make it grow. I see what those components are. Had I let this last relationship, that relationship with him, jade me, I wouldn't be able to say this today. I'm fortunate that I did not let that shit jade me. I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. So, I guess that's it. That's it, and that's all. I am still on this quest for love. Somebody should see this video and then tell that random nigga to text me. Of course, y'all don't know who, what, when, where, and why, but like, just text that nigga and be like, yo, text that bitch, because she clearly wants to love someone. Alright, now that that's out the way, fuck that. The summation of me and him is I had to choose to move on. I had to choose to accept, and I had to choose to be done, and I did. Now today we're dealing with the remnants of him dealing with who and what the fuck my male friends have to deal with. He'll get used to it. I don't give a fuck. It was a great exchange tonight, guys. So as my eyes get heavier and the night gets later, I'm gonna lay the hell down and leave you guys, as always, with a little light, Cause I think I'm working on this lighting. I think it's doing a little better, just a smidgy. A lot of life, because my fucking goal is to help us all live a little better. So here's all the life that I can give. But more importantly, and most definitely, as we all can see, the topic of everything I want to do is love. So a little light, definitely a lot of life, but more importantly, all the love that you need.